And we should, potentially, maybe, be live. I'm talking really loud because the headphones are way up. Hopefully everyone's doing all right. Oh, ads are over. Thank Gouda. And everything else looks like it's working. Yay! How's it going, Hex? Having milk. 84 years in those ads. Oh no! How old am I? Good morning. We're going for the correct ending. Now, it is worth noting, I didn't think about this beforehand. I think it supports it. I don't know if this emulator supports multi-disc games. And fun fact, Shadow Hearts Covenant, which is the second game in the series, is one of the few multi-disc games on PS2 that actually uses both discs for gameplay. And hey, hello, hey, bells. Hopefully you guys are doing all right today over on the YouTube side. But I'm looking forward to it. We'll find out one way or another. I don't know if we're going to be playing that next or not. I'll do a poll over on the Discord and probably do one on probably the Let's Play Everything channel. I might do it on the main channel. I don't know. Keep an eye out on them both. Yeah, this is the canon ending. I think you can kind of guess what's going to happen. But doesn't mean we have to like it. I'm just going to go beat these guys up just in case something stupid is going on. Look at the door. It's open. Yeah, you got a problem with that? Me beating up that there malice? Do I actually have... Yeah, I do. I have everyone set up. So we're going to go Eamon starting out. I forget if I have him set on the stuff to actually learn the final skills or not. Oh, I haven't. Oh, he is. This could possibly end badly. We'll find out. I don't think it does end badly, but hey, we might just learn our skill in the graveyard, which is not where I want to do that. Because we have double SP burn right now. The save is basically right before we started fighting the masks. SP sends you into Berserk mode, which sends you into using random abilities. And I don't know what happens if you're alone whenever you are Berserk. Of course, this also would be the place where I wouldn't lose any XP for it. But by doing that, we quell these guys without fighting them. Then we get to go have a dream. Because unfortunately, as you can probably tell by this, something bad's gonna happen. Now, I am gonna go for Seraphic Radiance again, because that made the ending trivial. But we gotta go do this first. And yes, I have all the little notes I need for that kind of stuff. We might be slightly underleveled for Radiance, unfortunately, because those masks do give us a ton of XP. So yeah, whenever we did the masks last time, I mean, Seraphic Radiance, we had probably 4 levels higher. Hey, Leyland, how's it going? We're going for the canon ending today. Which is going to be unfortunate. Really don't wanna. It's one of those things like, I kind of know what's gonna happen, but I want to see that ending cinematic for it. Thank you for the hydrate. I'm going to hydrate, but with milk. You started dreaming about Grim Dawn. Did you play too much? I mean, if you're enjoying it, no. Believe it or not, I've dreamed about streaming. I've dreamed about playing video games. I've dreamed about being in Diablo, but that one I did play too much of. Calcium to the bones, calcium to the toes. I don't know why, but I have been craving milk lately. Probably some like deep-seated medical issue that I won't find out about for 5 years. Because America. And now we're going to skip through this because we've already watched this one. What's wrong, little girl? You struggle, but your soul's fate lies here. Yeah, we've seen this situation. We've seen the bad version and the good version. We did the bad version on, like, as far as this scene on Wednesday. Because that was right before we got into the good stuff. We decided to go back and do the right thing. Now we have to do the wrong thing to actually get the right ending. I do find it interesting when games do have, like, the bad ending as a canon ending. Yeah, her skirt is extremely short. We've made that joke, sadly, a lot of times. No one's coming to your rescue. You're quite alone. Do you have any regrets about dying for that man? How delicious your pure, unsullied soul must be. Come, the final wedge has been driven into the judgment ring. You'll become one with my darkness. See, this is how the bad ending goes. It can make for a more interesting story. Doesn't necessarily mean I want it to be the bad ending. And then there's games that just don't have a good ending. Things like Expedition 33. Let's go for Advent. At least pretend to put up a fight. Let us cast the sun upon them with the Illuminati. Yeah, the skirt is the least of the issues as far as, like, what the hell is going on with this game. just to be really clear on that. We have enemies that it's definitely a tail, big winky face. Just in case anybody's wondering what that is. I don't think we run into any more of them, thankfully. Oh, they face backwards. Their feet and stuff are facing backwards, so it's a tail. And yeah, we just have to lose this fight. But yeah, this game has plenty of disturbing things. And the main character, the guy, is a bit of a perv. I have a feeling that's going to be a trend through all 3 games, though. That said, the rest of the game is just completely off kilter so much that it works for some reason, even though it's weird. Among some circles you're in, they consider Shadow Hearts 1 and 2 to be the proper games in the series and disregard 3. I haven't played much of them, so I am curious what happened on 3. But in terms of... yeah, the bad ending is the canonical one. But we already did the good ending yesterday. But as far as Koudelka, it's very weird. It is an anthology of 4, but it's a trilogy. Because of Koudelka being its own, like, unique standalone on PS1. Okay. So as far as abilities, I think the only one that we haven't gotten the question marks on is Eamon, right? Yeah. Trying to remember where I was in all of this. So we do need to go get him that. We need to give this guy the fancy magazine. Hey, Queen! We're going for the right ending this time. Can the second and third happen if you do the good ending? No, a very minor spoiler. The second game the character's story starts with a certain character being dead. So, no. The second game wouldn't happen the way it is if these things didn't happen. So it has to be a good thing, but hopefully you're doing all right, Queen. We have to give him the naughty magazine, so it'll give us the stuff so we can start in on the path to Radiance. We'll get some levels doing this as well. But we chances are we will play through all three of these. Simply because I do want a conclusion to the story, but if I remember correctly, I've heard that 3... Like, it's not a definite ending, if that makes sense. Like, they plan to continue the series is something I was told a while back. I cannot confirm it, but... There we go. Get them into the formation that makes some sense for me. Do we need any new items? I don't think so. I think we only have 1/7 key, but we'll get another one. Yeah, I think we have the stuff we need. We do actually have Moon Swallow, which we could actually use for the final fight. We have 2 silver hands, which is more than enough for that final fight as well. I'm doing pretty good. I didn't sleep super well, but basically I ended up sleeping 4 hours twice. So I'm awake, but I am completely off schedule.
My schedule has been ruined.
Oh, yeah, we actually need to look. Valuables. Pulse tract. Rainbow's treasures, a golden moon, a burning sun, an old forest, royal garden, ocean color, drops of blood from the sky to rebirth. Yeah, 4 hours sleep, wake up for... I was probably up for 4 hours, then went back to sleep for 4 hours. I'm completely off schedule, because I am a derpsh. It doesn't help that it takes me a while to get back to sleep. Oh, let's see. Do we go for his... I hate doing his ultimate weapon because that sound is horrible. Take it when you can? Exactly. Sometimes you just gotta. Okay, so he's got Volt Snipe. You've got... So you both are maxed out right now. Let's go... Mildly tempted to do, like, a pinch of grinding. Yeah, we come in here and get the Stone of Rebirth. Should be fine doing this. We're not going to get as many levels as doing the other area. Okay, so we come in here. Yellow, red, green, violet. So you looked online and remaster a 4th release is highly unlikely because the rights are in limbo. Yeah. That's true of a lot of games, though. Hey, Daladon. What's up? How's your Friday going? As you get to watch me stand in one place and wait for this guy to run out of SP. Because we need to learn his ultimate skill. You're sluggish after yesterday's cleanup? Did you end up going cleaning some more after stream? Still coughing and such? Yeah, I can imagine. After what you said, what you found. It's always disheartening to find that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, how long has this been here? Been there. But it is a nice feeling to have it taken care of. Okay, so you guys just defend. Probably should have gone to the dollhouse to get this skill, but it's fine. Oh no, we are defending. We're just waiting for him to go berserk. Ow. Do I need to do a heal? No, not really. You'll be doing a bit of applications while listening in? Ah. Well, best of luck with them. I know how frustrating it can be these days. Oh no, he's gone violently berserk. He's gonna cast the End. A skill that we will probably never see again. Hey, V, how's it going? Been a minute. I'll have to raid you into... Oh, wait, DF's not going to be streaming today. Never mind. I'll have to decide who to raid you into later. But yes, best of luck with them. Really do hope the best. Okay, now we can change him off of this awful equipment. For now, I'll have to change it back after we get what's-their-face. And we want... I'm going to go ahead and go for some monk earrings, oddly enough. Getting tired of the insult. We found someone with better competencies, and then 3 months later, they're hiring the same position again. The one I love is... I don't know how often it happens over there, but over here, how often companies will have "we're hiring" posted everywhere, and all they're doing is trying to build up a backlog of applications. They're not actually hiring. It's like, Jesus. They're not even actually like interviewing. It's just getting a bunch of applications and doing nothing with them. Yes, I worked somewhere that did that. Just enjoying being off work as it's Good Friday. Oh yeah, it is Good Friday. I keep forgetting that Easter's just like right there. I've had reminders every single day, but it's just right there and I keep forgetting. Isn't ghost hiring you've been to most of them? Ah. It would be a waste of time to call actual interviews if you're ghost hiring. Exactly. Most of the ones that are doing stuff like that, like what I described, don't actually call people in. They just build up a bunch of applications. You're working today, though? Aw. I need to get some work done today. Okay, we did yellow, so we have to do red next. Green. Yes, we're going to get encounters here, and it's going to get me some levels. It's punishable in Denmark to do so. This is why one April Fool's caused outcry. Oh. I mean, that's because you have worker rights. And then the better companies is paid less. Yeah. There's also the fun. You're overqualified. Fuck off. Qualifications still mean I need to eat. I don't pay attention either. When you were a kid, you did because Easter meant candy and firecrackers, but nowadays you don't really care apart from getting time off. That's normal. Because you just had elections, you need what is called a royal appointee, and they made a royal appointee job offer on the site. It caused fallout immediately. Jeez. Let us go with... Let's see what revive looks like. We haven't actually seen that, except for his enemies using it. Oh, and I just completely blanked because I was like, oh, I just need to hit the red mark. As in legal fallout? Jeez. That is... It always amazes me what businesses try to do. It's a fake position and thus punishable by fine and such. Okay. Wonder how many people applied for it. It's actually really, Leyland, it's actually really hard to get jobs in a lot of places right now because everybody's doing the actual awful crap whenever it comes to let's shove AI everywhere. Oh, she's low on life, that's why. I'm gonna be very bad at the rings for a little while. But yeah, let's see. You're not looking forward to the job hunt. You haven't been able to work for a long time due to crippling mental health problems. I feel that. I've actually been considering switching back to a day job because I've been falling through some stuff. The AI screening, meanwhile, you applying only to places too poor or too public to have it implemented. You don't touch the IT industry. Yeah, IT is filled with it. Really, honestly, even like small companies are using it, and it's stupid, at least around here. It's like everybody thinks they have to have AI in everything. AI should not be making decisions that should be human-based. Swedish Easters in a lot of ways are equivalent to Halloween. In Sweden, at Easter, you make drawings, fold them into triangular letters, and on the Saturday you dress up as crones and such and knock on doors, give people påskbrev, Easter letter, and receive candy in kind. I'm probably butchering that word. Påskbrev. The AI issue is a lot deeper than that. Like, and I actually know people who are having issues because of it. And I don't remember what color we're on right now. I think we are on this one. I keep reading what color we're on. Okay, so that's a dark blue. Red. Light blue. Your Easter is the time of witches. The firecrackers are to scare witches away. Also scares small animals, but I do find it funny when things are... Let's see. You feel like they lost the plot immediately upon integrating something that is statistically proven to hallucinate answers to your questions. How stupid do you have to be to allow that into your job? It's middle management. They want it just good enough that the people above them won't fire them. But as far as how Gen AI is used, it is so deeply integrated into so many things. If you've noticed, there's been a lot more either downtime or weird glitches and weird like website behavior and stuff like that with a lot of like shopping websites like Amazon, Walmart, Target, etc. A lot of that is because AI vibe coding. As far as the excuse to like fire people and not scare investors, not really. It's to... They can fire people and not scare investors to begin with. They'll just call it, oh, we're trimming the fat, we're downsizing. Well, we're maximizing profits. Investors aren't actually going to care about you terminating people as long as your number keeps going up. That's stockholder bullshit. And yes, I do have a very big distaste, especially for the American stock market. I can't speak for international stock markets. I have not studied them. We had to in university for the American one. We even had to do case studies on a certain number of stocks. Fun fact, I won the competition for picking stocks in university, but that was freaking 20 years ago. Because I made the biggest profit on it, because I diversified, but in an odd way compared to the other people. A lot of other, this was back whenever, like, right before Facebook went public, so nobody was able to jump onto that one. Swedish, let's see. And then a month later, they have the Panini's staff they put in the ground and dance around. Oh, sorry, the penis. Penis. Swedish main pole is exactly that. Yeah. There's also been a shift. It was starting before I even got into university. Just as a heads up. So it's been going on a while. But there's a shift in business. Started, I would say, 70s, 80s. And started escalating in the .com era. Where a lot of companies... Here, let's go ahead and actually kill something. Where a lot of companies, instead of trying to build a lasting business, something that would last 50, 100 years, and have steady growth, a lot of business schools and business experts have moved towards the divestment kind of principles. Basically, instead of, oh, we have a 10-year plan, this happened while I was in university. They shifted us from, for one of our business courses on entrepreneurship, we had to do... We were originally going to have to do a 10-year plan according to syllabus. And they shifted it to 5 because of the Harvard method. So, and I know that it's down to, like, you're supposed to plan to divest within like 3 years now or some crap like that. Basically sell off the company. Firecrackers are banned in Sweden. It's been around 15, 20 years. You could still do firework like rockets and air bombs and such, which was weird because those scare the animals more than firecrackers. Yeah. You just found a job and you applied for last month. Now they're looking for 2 new ones. That sounds very dickish on their part. Do I need to call them and say, give Daladon a chance, damn it. Know what they're doing. But yeah, it's not even necessarily, well, short-term profits are a thing, and that's one reason why a lot of gaming companies lately have been doing that shit about let's go ahead and shock max this guy real quick. Short-term profits is one of the reasons why you've been seeing a lot of these game development companies releasing financially successful games and then firing their entire staff. That is one of the reasons why you're seeing short-term profits be a focus there. Let's see. Try to invest in a roulette table for a high-risk investment with high reward. Some will, yeah. Not all of them. There's still smart business people out there. There's still smart money people out there. It's just everybody's trying to get their quick buck. Just look at crypto, for God's sake. That is just a nod and return back to the robber baron days. Unregulated financial markets are not a good thing. Thank you for the hydrate. I have been getting very distracted. I spent 30 minutes doing something that we probably should have only taken like 5. Let's see. You swear this is a profile made for you. Do Excel and Arc. I don't know what ArcGIS Pro is, but I can do Excel pretty easily. I actually, I use Google spreadsheets a lot. And I've literally made freaking like TTRPG player sheets in Google Sheets that do all the math and rolling all that stuff. It's map data software. Ah, okay. Oh. Someone's playing with the chocosus. You're just filling a non-existent pit right now. I mean, yeah, you are. And it goes up in price. It doubles each time just to make projections of data as maps. That's cool. That sounds like something I would like to play with it. And I know that's kind of a stupid thing to want to do with like professional software. But I am guilty of doing that a few times. We're going to go with this save. Let's see. You'd call them on Monday. Their deadline's the 9th of April, even if you have to live in the most boring part of Denmark. I mean, how far is it to drive to interesting areas? Or ride a train, even, honestly. That's one thing I wish we had here. I wish we had good public transit here. There's a lot of things I really wish we had in the US, but public transit is one of them. Universal healthcare is another. And actual, enforcement of our Constitution would be nice too. This is farmland, rural, redneck, Danish version area. Rural Alabama. Okay, I can imagine that. It's just like rural Oklahoma, except less teeth and less teeth and slightly less drugs. I was going to say more drugs, but no. No, Oklahoma's worse than Alabama whenever it comes to freaking drugs. Southeast Oklahoma is one of the meth capitals of the United States, so can't really say more drugs for somewhere else. Oh, lordy. Yeah, just... I wish I lived in a country that respected people. I wish I lived in a country that wasn't just focused in on toxic individualism. And yes, some people are going to hate that I use that phrase, and it's kind of a political talking point, but... Dubus. We need to go here, and we actually need to be buying I think we're going to need more of our full heals. Because that's one thing we were struggling on last time. So we're going to grind up a few Thera extracts. It's the truth as I perceive it. That's one thing that I've been trying to approach discussions more as. I am not a perfect person. I fuck up at this a lot. It is something I am working on, but trying to understand that it is from my perspective, not another person's. But there are people whose perspective that I cannot respect. And I know that's not necessarily a nice thing to say, but... And I know that there's people that won't respect mine. Because their world is a different world from mine. Now, a good example of that, kind of like the gradation of those kind of things, I can accept that some people view generative AI, for example. This is actually a very pertinent example. There are people I know who use generative AI. They don't have a problem with it. I've talked to them about it. I've said it's this, this, and this. This is why I don't like it. They've said, well, it's kind of like photography. It's usually people who don't understand the technology. So I just kind of... That is one part of my interactions with them that I won't kind of try and deal with them with. I can't change their mind. They're not going to change mine. But I'm not going to, be cruel to them over it because they just don't understand and I don't have the capability to educate them on it in a way that would inform them. Just like with my brain just completely went off like a tangent there for some reason. I got lost. How are we looking on level? 49. We're not looking too great. Yesterday you had a duck mother and her ducklings in your workplace. Never. But as far as that's a line of, okay, I'm not going to just cut you off because of it, but because we view it from different perspectives and different knowledge bases. That's fine. The things that I can't condone and I can't come to an agreement on is whenever people do things like, I'm trying to think of probably the best example. Like, I hate to say it, like Trumpers. That I personally know, I've cut off a lot of people over that because they're actively supporting direct harm to people and the removal of bodily autonomy. That is one of those things that I can't tolerate. There is no like, oh, you have X, Y, or Z different knowledge of me. No, it is you view these people as less than human, and therefore I cannot be friends with that. I cannot condone that. I cannot logically find a meeting place on that. Now, got lost. Imagine Alzorath like Ralph Wiggum being carried off by a wolf and going, "You smell like dead bunnies." I mean, you're not wrong. Let's see. Duck mother and her ducklings in your workplace near people's house. They were really cute. You had to ring the bell, the client house, and you were talking about it. Said, yeah, you're a bit late for the omelet. Oh. Yeah, it's one of those things where there are things where I can agree to disagree, and there are things where I can't. And I don't think that was the original discussion point I was going for, but that's where we ended up. Because like I said, my brain just like went off on a tangent, which does happen to me from time to time. I am not diagnosed ADHD. I was a I wasn't technically a psychology minor. I just had all the courses to be a psychology minor. I basically had the credits. I just didn't have. You couldn't do double minors, so I couldn't have that as an actual minor. But I do think I'm probably ADHD. Like, I have the symptoms. I'm just not diagnosed. I've been diagnosed with other things when I was younger and stuff like that. But with insurance costs and all that stuff around here, nothing I can do that. Went off on a journey, a tangential one. Yes. I went on a tangerine journey. What? Oh, no, never mind. If they're from California, they're called cuties. What? Yeah, if I go off on a tangent, it's okay to like be like, hey, get back on the beaten path. Success. I need to come up with an emoji that expresses that. Hey, Affit, how's it going? You missed the Alzorath distraction. We're gonna do Charnabog. I have not been paying attention to anything I've been doing in this game right now. Spoon. I should probably just make a squirrel emoji. In Sweden, a keyboard is a tangent board. Was the Swedish plot all along? Oh no! Having too much fun talking to the chat. Yep. Honestly, I like it whenever chat kind of like tickles my brain in a way that sends me off on a rant and a tirade. That's what streaming usually is. That's something that's going to happen a lot if I ever get around to doing like TTRPG stuff on here. As far as like development, not as far as actually playing them. The playing them, not going to really get on tangents. I wonder, is Malice frozen after that nightmare now? Streaming is a rant and a tirade and a pinch of jank. There's always a pinch of jank with streaming too. If there ain't scuff, it ain't a stream. Because the keys are known as tangenter, both on computer keyboards and like a piano. Ooh. Oh, we're gonna go with Chernabog again. I'm trying to get up to level 50, as if you're wondering what I'm doing. But yeah, if you ever want to send me onto a rant, there are a lot of subjects that I've rabbit holed on in my life. If I ever do like a Cole LLC stream, you can bet that I'm going to go on a ton of rants in that, because that is a very mindless game to stream. Very mindless game to play as well. And it does look like our orb has stopped. So special skills, I'm going to go ahead and just use a tent. How many tents do we have? 30? I think we used like 10 on the other one. I'm going to do this number. Ow. Ow, that hurt. I just accidentally yanked my headphone out. Yes, I'm back in the earbud. I probably shouldn't be because it's not good for my ears. Oh, okay, so we have save state there. I'm going to go ahead and change you over. To Berserker. We're going to get off of Monk. Trying to think what else we could actually use. I don't know which... I'm trying to remember what all they do as attacks. Okay, so it's Malkto and just physical attacks. If we do like headgear, and I'm gonna go Coral Lariat. I think we're gonna just try and fight them right now. I'm gonna regret this because I think we had 70 SP whenever I fought them last. Go ahead. Oh, and I just pressed the wrong button there. It's like, ah. But yes, my keyboard has a lot of tangents too. His name is Rubiro. That sounds like a comedy movie about a rural bush pilot in Kansas. It's Rubiro, not Rube Gyro, but I mean, yeah, those are the same thing, I guess. But yeah, they're all puns based on the descriptor name that the game had. Like, Rude Hero is Rube Hero. I think something Brat was what Bratty Worst was. Girl in Danger was Garl and Dagger. I think the furthest one would be Got Any Grapes, because he was Quack. A Quack Oracle. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to do a save state. I want to see what this says. Ho ho ho! Be gone, foolish human. Yeah, we can't do that. And yes, and he waddled. Okay. Let's try this.
It's dead.
And yes, I do absolutely want Seraphic Radiance because that made the end game so much easier. I've been waiting for you.
Dad, what are you doing here? Oh no, Father!
Takes you back to Newgrounds like 20 years ago. Jeez. Was that on Newgrounds? I remember it being on YouTube, but I didn't know if it actually was on Newgrounds or not. Waddle waddle. I wouldn't be surprised, considering whenever it came out, if it was on E-Bombs as well. That's one thing that Google does not know anymore. E-Bombs. It does not even... for some reason, it didn't even think it was a word that time. Previously, I thought it was E-Bombs. I actually wonder if the speech-to-text for the closed caption thing has switched over to be using Gen AI. I don't think it is. Because it doesn't have contextual aspects to it. That's where you saw that, and yeah, toast. Toasty! It has been so long since I used Newgrounds. I think I went and checked it like once and just saw a ton of furry art and was like, good for you. And I just didn't go back. I don't have a problem with furries. It's just not my thing. Especially that particular kind of furry. It was like hentai furry stuff. You've heard of E-Bombs World in nerdcore hip-hop, but it's not something you know. Wrong side of the Atlantic, you think? It might have also been a bit before... I don't remember... I'm trying to remember the years that it was a thing. Because it's pre-YouTube. I want to say it wasn't too far pre-YouTube, though, because it did have video. Of course, we had flash sites back in the day, too. Like, I'm trying to remember what it's called. The one with the hamsters. Okay, so you... I do Sandalphon. Okay, this guy has... I want to say 4,500 life. Or is it 2,500? 2,400. Okay, that's close enough. Been on the internet for 30 years this year. That's about how long I've been online as well. I think I did used to use like library computers. So internet access probably back to 95. Maybe 94. Somewhere in there, because I used to use like GameFAQs a lot and stuff. And then as far as playing games online, that wasn't until like 99. Because most of my online gaming before that was at a friend's house. The internet was a wild west back then. But one thing that like throws me off a little bit, I'm older than HTML. I am older than HTML, much less Google. Okay, let's go with a bonk. Wow. That was a me dumb. Poor Hal. Remember starting internet on the school's internet computer note singular in 1996? I wasn't at a very wealthy school, but we did have a computer lab starting in... Trying to think what year that would have been. Because that would have been that year. Means I would have been Having to do math in my head and it's not working right now. But yeah, I'm trying to go back like what year that would have been because oh, we would have actually we would have had computers with internet at the school in 94. So I would have started using the internet in 94. Yeah, it's kind of jarring how young HTML is. Go look up how old TCP/IP is. If you want some more shock. World Wide Web is only from 1989, but still. And before that, we still had like, I'm forgetting what it's called. There's been a sort of internet, give or take, for that's the 70s, I want to say, or is it before that? But yeah. The 80s were only 20 years ago. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. ARPANET, yeah. BBS were a thing, yep. I don't know how much life this guy has. Yeah, the internet itself is pretty old. World Wide Web, not as much. Yeah, the internet as a utility is not that old. Internet as a business and science tool, pretty old. I remember playing some games via email. I played Space Empires 4 that way. Basically, you emailed your save files back and forth, is essentially what it amounted to. Okay, so I'm gonna heal this turn. Oh, shit. We're dead. Taking it back. All the way back. Maybe I should do a freaking stream of Space Empires 4 one of these days. That would throw people off. That's got some those graphics be dated. Okay. Think we actually can do this fight. I just need to actually keep track of... We'll do both of these. But I just need to keep track of how much damage I've done to him. Remember you and Locke playing Diplomacy via notes on MSN or some shit like that? You failed miserably because you couldn't keep track of where everything was? I think my health is fine. Unless you mean Hewlett-Packard. Yes, my first computer at home was a Hewlett-Packard. Like 20 years ago or so. Oh, 20 years ago, I was still on dial-up. I didn't get broadband until, like, proper broadband. We're not talking even just like wireless stuff. We're talking actual can upload YouTube videos until 2012, 2010, somewhere in there. It's in the region of oh fuck, we're old. Yeah, I was about to make a reference to some of the like weird, creepy stuff I've seen in life, but decided not to. Let's see. About 2006, you were on ADSL like 0.25 megabit per second. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, we're gonna do Sandalphon again. Let's keep track of how much damage we do, so I can get prepped for the actual fight. So that's 125 plus 96 plus 62. So that's 270. We've done 270. And we've got an ad break coming in. You're only old when the bits and bobs you have collected, hoarded in your life can pay for a kidney. Technically, if I sold my entire gaming collection, I could probably get a kidney. I really don't want to do that because it would be like 15 times more expensive to get back now. So 270, 270, 270, 270, 270, 270. Plus 240 puts it at 510. We're at 510. I will not remember this. But yeah, that would basically be my net worth gone. We're at 510, 510, 510. I need to just remember 510. Sorry for having to repeat numbers over and over again. That is where my brain is at right now. $510 plus another 240 puts it at 750. That puts it at 990. So we'll do another revive, 990. It is a lot of just saying things over and over again today. And the point we need to be careful of is when we hit 2,000, because that's when I need to start prepping to recover. So 990. That's going to be 1,000. That would actually be about 1,040 now. So 1240. 1240. And that puts it at 1480. And then we need to heal again. This is why I went with the healer one, is because I'll have mana as a source of recovery, so I can save my Thera things for the final guy. Our damage is going up. Should I be adding 250 to that instead of... That puts us at 1730. Yeah, our damage is just steadily going up. Ah, crap. We did too much damage. I might just die now. Oh. We're gonna actually do Thera extract on this. Okay, so now it's time for the Radiance. We're going to be doing a bit of just recovery mode. We need to get our pure extract. And now this one we don't have to worry about as much. It is literally just slogged to the end now, so I don't have to count anymore. Thank goodness. So we'll do a revive. And now we should be a good enough position to start just whittling this down very, very, very slowly. 783. So that is a full heal. And Malcto is exactly what we want to be seeing. Because that's going to give us basically a guaranteed round of attack. Do we want to use our mana extract? Not really. We're switching back over to Thera extracts. That just saved us, what, like 4 or 5 Thera extracts by being able to use mana for this. So it conserved it for this fight. And anytime we drop below 400, I need to... Actually, I would say probably 450. I need to just heal. Kind of wish the enemies didn't do quite this much damage, but thank you for listing out those numbers. I appreciate it. Made my life about 1,000,000 times easier. Because I think they do like 3 something on a normal attack and 4 something on crits. See, I got wings too this time. Actually, I think I had wings last time too. Because we used, if I remember correctly, we used, what's his face? The Chernobog, didn't we? It was a little bit risky because we are under 450. That could have been really bad because the crit. And if they don't get a multi-hit like twice in a row, we can get 2 attacks in. But yeah, this is going to take probably about... Let's see, about 20 hits, so about 40 rounds to kill them. Have a good day at work. Be safe. May your day be better than the ending we're going for. This ending is... We're putting way more work into getting this ending than I wish we did. Let's go ahead and do Thera extracts. Bonk! We should have just enough Thera extracts, by the way. Let's go for a Thera root. Because we might get lucky and get an attack off of it. Oh, nope, it's a Malkta. We aren't. Because that's going to push us down to kind of critical zone. There we go. That should be 360? Yes. Like the Xbox. And yeah, if we get low enough, I can just use normal SP recovering items. That still buys us basically 4 attacks using the 10 recovery one.
I'm an angel.
Tail whip. Can you stop healing off of me? At least that makes my decision to heal this next turn a lot easier. And I don't think us having 1 SP down is going to matter that much. Remember the days when the general consensus seemed to be that the sequel to Xbox 360 would be the Xbox 720? Yeah. Missed opportunity, but they decided to go same naming mentality as freaking Nintendo, where it just doesn't make any sense. Nintendo did a few things, and then it just went like, nope. Oh, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and then it's just like, off the rails. We got the Cube, we got the Wii, we got the Wii U. Damn it. That was a wasted turn. I'm just gonna go to my room and play with my Wii. Sounds so wrong. So wrong. And then Wii U is just alarming. Wii U, Wii U, Wii U. Named after the sound effect whenever you're running low on life in Zelda. Probably should have gotten more Thera extracts. I'm playing it a little bit risky here. And yes, I'm afraid to go for crits in this, because I don't want to have to do this fight all over again. Admittedly, the other form would have done more damage, yeah. So they get 100 something back. 130. Basically, as long as we get one hit in, we're still making ground on it. This is going to be a very, very close fight. I think we're going to be down to like maybe 2 Thera extracts, if I'm lucky. Which is gonna suck just a little bit. Yeah, do 2 of those in a row. They're still not lilting, unfortunately. Do I have a better heal in here by any chance? Item. Tea of the Holy One. Let's do that. That gets us a couple heals back as well. Ta-da! So now we have spell healing and item healing in case we need it. We just make horrible noises, by the way. It's one of the noises we make whenever just recovering. I think we go for a revive. I keep forgetting that one is not a gradient one. If it's white to green, it does more whenever you hit the like greener part. But this is a solid green, so it is just a fixed amount. Ow. That's my face, ma'am. Sir. Radiance. Could just go like Scooby-Doo reference and just call... No, it's not Scooby-Doo. It's Peanuts. Peanut reference and call everyone sir. I'm trying to remember the name of the character that does that. We are 1 MP short of being able to do revive twice. You don't get the head wings? Late 90s, early 2000s. That's all you have to say on that one. Peppermint Patties, yeah. The one with the glasses. Cannot remember her name for the life of me. Ow. This is gonna be close. It was close last time too, though, so. That would actually hurt your neck quite a bit as well. To have head wings. Their extract. Only really know Peppermint Patty's name because she's kind of a lesbian icon and gets brought up every now and then. Whether the character was or not doesn't seem to matter. I mean, in some of the story arcs, she is. Although it's not explicit because obviously that's not something they would discuss in Peanuts. I think the lore is that she did end up with her hanger-on. If I remember correctly. But I could just be misremembering, or it's some kind of fan thing that I came across 2 decades ago and do not remember clearly. Am I gonna be able to do this? I do have a plan B in case we don't have enough Thera extracts. But I have to be conscious of it whenever we start getting super low on Thera extracts. Like whenever we get down to like 3 of them, I need to consciously consider whether I need to go mana. Do I burn an item for that? Marcy, there we go. When we get to 3, I will start plan B. Because I'm not comfortable pushing it that close. Okay. I'm actually getting nervous now. Oh no. Why do they have 3 belly buttons, by the way? If you didn't notice, they have 3 belly buttons. Ha 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 ha. We got it. We got it. Only used up all of our Thera extracts. Poof. Good job, son.
Dan, did I do the right thing?
He doesn't even give an answer. Did I do the right thing? No.
Why do I worry so?
I'm gonna skip that one. We've already seen that one. The only cinematic that I know of that changes is the final cinematic. I actually have to go back up in there. We got our father's coat. It's Daddy's jacket. And we will go ahead and get his best weapon as well. Man, I don't think I would have even realized the good ending existed if I would have played this blind. Okay. Do I go for a few levels up here? I think I do. And I think I need to unlock that other one as well. Let's go small jug. Not flare brooch yet. We'll use that later. Let's go. We'll do diamond ring for now. Also, this dark and light in half. This is everything except for non-class in half. So that works out pretty good. Let's go with the crucifix. So we're going to do a couple fights in here. I am going to change you over to... Where is it? Where's my monk? There it is. Just so they get more XP so we can get them up to 50 as well, fairly quick. Because that basically gives them 20% more. That makes every fight in here worth 7,200 for them. Which, yeah, it's not a level up guaranteed each time, but it's a decent chunk. Chonka. Okay. Oh, and we didn't... I forgot to do something very important. What I forgot to do was actually put on Radiance. Oh, did we leave the pedometer on her? I need pedometer on so I can actually get more Thera. I need Thera things. So equipment. Yeah, we did take off the pedometer. So you don't really need to level up a lot. Yeah, she should get 50 relatively quickly. And you need to be changing your soul, so Sandalphon needs to be Seraphic. So we have mana recovery, life recovery, and just life restoration. But I think Seraphic Radiance, no, doesn't revive them with it. Okay, so Aemon is our revival form. I doubt we're going to be swapping between the three of them. But yeah, we'll get up to 50 here. We'll go get his ultimate weapon. I'll do the upgrades, and then we'll go do the final area. So we'll get done within the 4-hour mark, most likely. Seraphic Radiance needs to go mad. That felt very weird. My fan caught the hair on the back of my hand kind of sideways, and it felt like something was crawling up my arm. We'll go after the ghouls, because they do more damage. Ow. Stop it, bitch. Wow, we're gonna have a tough time later, I think. Because I am not aiming very well. It is a pretty cheeky transformation. Wow. Yeah, we need him to go berserk for us to get the last bit of form. Ba-dumps. Ba-bumps. He would like to rage. And now we know for the children. Why do none of the transformations wear pants? Because they're demons, and in hell, pants do not exist. And that is the last skill to learn there. Could just go straight for the end now. It's not like we were terribly close to dying before. Let me double check if we're actually on our full equipment. Yes, yes. That said, I do need more steps to get more Thera stuff. So yeah, we just gotta do a couple little circles here. This is for items, not for levels, but levels are a bonus. This is not the... I don't know if this is the best place to get levels. It's the easiest place for me to fight, though. Oh, you don't have the mana for that. Oh, tomato. Oh, this hits everybody as well. Damn it. Fine, do a black hole. I forgot I still had him on the ready to berserk gear. Ow. That's not going to work. We have Crucifix on. I do like that they still use status abnormality against me. I'm going to open my advent calendar. Look, it's by the Illuminati. The Illuminati. Boom. This is a very butt-centric game, I just kind of realized. So, 5 battles and everybody would get a level up. Well, except for Garl. I think we might just go for that. That way we'll know we have enough steps. Okay, so you... Actually, I don't think you need the diamond ring. We will go with the lariats. Just to guarantee your hits more often. And yeah, now it's time to just get a little bit of murder. But yeah, for the most part, the Seraphic Radiance thing kind of feels like a victory lap kind of thing. Like, you've done all the hardest stuff. Here's the easy win button. And I didn't realize this hits everybody, so we get to see what it looks like whenever it hits multiple targets. Yeah, not bad. And I think soul benedictions are status clears, basically Asunas or remedies in Final Fantasy terms. Yeah, I think our completion run was 40-something hours. Come on. Give me an encounter, thank you. The encounter rate in this is actually kind of low. Whenever you notice it whenever you are trying to grind for something. It's one of those things like, oh, yes, they do show up at inconvenient times, but they are very slow. Like, it's nothing compared to Final Fantasies where you feel like you are just being hit every 10 steps. We're going to ignore that happened. Missed the biggest target, Alzorath. Thankfully, we have like 3 nukes. Ta-da! And yeah, the enemies here really can't do anything to us. Simply because this place feels like it's kind of intended as a grind spot. Because the enemies are relatively easy. They're low health and all that stuff. And they give you a decent amount of XP. And they don't really do much damage either. Whereas a lot of the other areas that give similar XP, way more friction to get even through battles. Yeah, just whack him. And I'm not sure if Black Hole can one-shot these guys until much higher level. The Perfect might, but I think Advent and main guys' attacks are the only ones that can really one-shot them. Should I have done this with different characters? No, because I don't feel like grinding up the other characters. So 2 more battles, and we should have enough steps that we can go get some Thera extracts for the final dungeon. We'll have enough money to do some upgrades, and we can also get our ultimate weapon. By slowing the game down, because there ain't no way in hell I'm going to get that ultimate weapon any other way. Oh, and if you're wondering, the speed run for this is about 6.5 hours, if I remember correctly. So I highly doubt I'm going to be speed running this. Sitting there for 6.5 hours for a failed run would kind of demoralize me like nobody's business. But yeah, we have every summon, we have I think every spell on the main 3 characters. And then it's literally just getting the items to beat the game. Are they not dead? They are not dead. You jerk faces. You gotta have like 20 life or some crap like that. Fear my magic. Bonk. How much do they have left? Okay, so actually, Rube won't level up off the next one either. He's going to be 200 short. But it's fine. We can do 2 more fights and then leave. Think we have the resources for it. Yeah, we got the resources for it. 2 more batatalis. I do wonder what qualifies as a step on the pedometer, though. Is it just like... Could we do little jiggle things with the D-pad so we are only walking and taking like tiny little steps? Or do we have to go full on running speed? We'll go for you first. Give me your mana. It has no mana. Whale. That bullshit. Oh, black hole again. Black holes take me home to the hell where I belong. West Virginia, country mama, take me home. Those guys are down. We still have, yeah, we have enough for 2 advents. And there's a perfect one. I think the animation changes slightly with perfects. Might just be more particle effects, though. At least I know their lesser skills change with it. Okay, so there's level 49 for you. And 1 more fight should get us there, and we can just leave and use a tent in the overworld. Go get the rest of our supplies and call it there before we go to the end dungeon. The end dungeon's gonna suck a lot. Let's go with a Shurnabog. Let's see if the other one has mana. Highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure the yellow guys have mana, but I don't know about the Ghoulers. Nope. None of these have mana. So only the yellows. Ta-da! I do wonder if Shadow Hearts 2 is actually any longer than this or not. White Magic. Advent. And yes, I do appreciate that his life is 666 at level 50. I don't think anyone else's life hits that amount. He is the Dark Elemental, so... Ta-da! And that should be our other 2 levels up. Oh, Garl didn't... Okay, it's fine. We're not going to worry about getting Garl up another level. We are strong enough to beat the game. Okay. We go for equipment on you. Switches over to willpower. We don't need pedometer anymore, I don't think. So you get demandes. You get... We'll keep the pedometer on you for now. But we'll go willpower for you later, too. No, we don't even need it. No, we'll do willpower just straight out. And you don't really need the willpower, but it's nice. The question is, do we use it instead of the coral lariat or the jade lariat? You know what? We're not going to worry about it on you. Because we're just going to buy up the rest of our stuff and get going towards the end. I do need to go get his ultimate weapon, and we might go for upgrades on him, but I don't think it's necessary. Those upgrades helped a little. I don't think it's like the be-all, end-all. I do find it kind of funny that every 100 steps is essentially an elixir in this. And they only count if you are in hostile areas. And the other thing that I'd probably want to test is what happens if I equip a pedometer on everybody in the party. Do they end up getting 300? I mean, 3 per step, or do they end up getting less? Oh yeah, we want to go to the shop at the end. Not here. Yeah, we get up there, we immediately come back down, we get our ultimate weapon for you. And that should be ready to just rush the final area. And all of them their fancy final bosses. And no, I don't know of a place to farm the other extracts, just those 2. I mean, just the Theras, sorry, not 2. There ain't 2 involved in there. And since I am not going to be, like, upgrading my gear for this, we're just gonna go just straight by it. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Mana roots. Pure roots. Talisman of Mercy we don't need. We'll go ahead and grab some tents. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some of these. I haven't been using these very often. But all ally hit areas double seems like a decent little pickup. We already have assassin like issues gone. Yeah, I think we're good. I doubt we're going to use these, but... Oh. Didn't mean to do that, but... No, we're not going to try for further discounts. We got plenty of those. Voodoo dolls would be kind of fun, but we don't need those. And we'll grab 2 of those in case we decide to do something weird. And that's kind of strange. Headgear. Okay, so it's special defense on the circlet and normal defense on the headgear. Okie dokie. And it's only 1 point difference. That's so weird. Okay, bud. Send me to the sky. Okay, time. Push for the bad ending. Oh, we got to do a 5 one here. I forget. We actually have to do it both times. Welcome back. You had guests and had to entertain them. Did you have to juggle? Oh, and we have to go through the entire freaking cutscene again. Juggling is not fun. Actually, it's a lot of fun, but I'm bad at it, so it's not fun. And yes, when we come back down, I will slow the game down again. Just to make that easier. I might even slower it down more than 25%. You had to talk about weather, the noise in the city, then started talking about something more fun. Potatoes? Potatoes are fun. At least I think potatoes are fun. You got to keep your eye on them, though. I am going to make all the bad jokes. That is okay. Yes, we're going to escape. Because we want to get his weapon. I forgot to recover my mana. Thankfully, we did buy a crap ton of mana root, so I'll just do that. And get you up to about... Yeah, we'll use up mana seeds as well. That way we don't have to use tents. Okay. We get to run on this. One time dreamed you were in a family of potatoes and you were a potato servant that got exploited all the way and you attacked. Okay. You one time dreamed you were in a family of potatoes and you were a potato servant that exploited, and all the way you attacked with were variations of throwing potatoes. All the ways you attacked. Okay. Oh, that was exploited. Okay. Okay, so we're going to save that. I went here. Normal speed. 10%. It's going to sound awful for a second. I think this might be too slow. Oh, the input delay is awful on this too. That feels funky. This is going to sound absolutely awful for about the 10 minutes it takes to go through it. There's one rotation. Actually, it won't take 10 minutes. There's two. There's three. I'm glad that they put the little pointers on there. Okay, that's two. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. I'm concentrating and the music is actually getting on my nerves. You only have to do this 10 times. And this is the start of round 4. Start of 5. Don't worry, we'll put the speed back up after this. 6. 7. I pressed it there, you bastard! What the fuck? It didn't take the input! You bitch nuggets! Oh, fuck you. I pressed it twice in that bottom one and it didn't take it. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Welcome back. Hopefully the process was enjoyable. Yes, we do actually have very awful audio for just a minute. Needed to focus on writing a bit. Understandable. Imagine it eating that input whenever I was doing the other way. Yeah, I need to be pressing them right at the start of the red to make sure that it actually accepts the input now. If you're wondering when I'm pressing it as soon as it gets onto the red. God damn it. And that one was a double input. Okay, we're changing up back to Can you stop for just a second there? Thank you. We're changing it to 25%. Cuz that's beyond awful. One. If I don't get it on this one, I'm just gonna not do it with the weapon. Settings back to full speed. I do have skill issues, and that I think what is happening whenever we were going way slower is the polling rate was actually being slowed as well. So it wasn't. I had to actually. I was supposed to hold down the button rather than just press it. He's gonna go get us a better weapon. Then we get to go and fight through the end of the game. And I do find it interesting that where you press and where the line ends are so drastically different as well. Even whenever it does take the polling input. And now we have the better weapon. Yay! I mean, if you can do better, you are welcome to stream it yourself. Just gonna put that one out there. This is not a game that I have 10,000 hours in, sadly. Oh, look, it's enemies that need to be nuked. I guess I could just punch these guys down. Not lethal, funnily enough. Let's try Black Hole and see if that can kill them. I don't think it can, because Black Hole is significantly weaker. And Advent time! No, there is no way to shorten the animation, sadly. Are we going to get all the items? No. None of them are really worth it. We're just going to push through and hit the objective. If there's like one directly in the way, yeah, we'll grab it, but Look, it's a barrier. And yes, I am going to not necessarily rush through this place, but I'm definitely not going to be fussing around with stuff as much as we did in the original. Are they all over 18? I don't think Hallie is. I think he is 16 or something like that. Oh, it's fairly random who gets stuck back there, I guess. Because we had the exact same party layout last time, and it was Garl that was stuck back there. I do not know who you're referring to. Oh, Garl, the healer? No, I think she's 19. I could look in the book. Your book. Yes, I have it right behind me because we were looking at it the other day. She is 20. Main character's 24. It doesn't have information on the age of the other characters because it doesn't spoil it in the book. And my earbud is falling out, and that's driving me nuts. There we go. And we're probably going to run from some encounters while we're on this party because I don't feel like it. I think Advent does just one-shot these guys. Yeah, but it's a video game character. You can't date video game characters. Is that going to kill them? Nope, it did not. Oh, they're doing the remixing to Ignition. Oh, no. They're so much stronger now. Whatever will we do? Ooh. I haven't seen this one. Let's see what this does. Causes a giant earthquake. Yeah, we haven't used this ability before. Apparently, upside down floating guys can be hit by that. Yeah. Just the idea of dating an AI is gross to me. Non-consenting robots. That'll just tell you everything you want to hear. Yeah. Okay, can we get here before we get another encounter? Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Press the button. Press the button, girl. Girl. When we first ran into that spot, I was afraid I was gonna have to do 2 parties in this place and just absolutely hate myself. Not our strongest party, but it works. Nothing can stop us now. Seraphic Radiance, go! Oh, tomato. Let's see. Soon they'll be connecting robots, and soon enough Matrix will happen, and humans will become CPU, GPU for the AI hegemony. In Matrix, you were batteries. But I get what you're trying to reference. Add a little more search around. Ooh. Anything good show up? I should just try and get a job as a live-in cook or something. I know how to I know how to make dinners. Only thing I hate doing is frying. I'm not great at baking, but I can learn. I can measure. You were applying for this job 2 months ago, and now they added your profile to the job setup. Cool. Son of a bitch. Does that mean that they basically have expanded it to kind of include you, or is this just them saying these are the kind of people that applied? The latter one would piss me off. The original draft for The Matrix, we were going to be wetware processors, but the directors thought that was too advanced for the public, so they went with vastly inferior batteries instead. Yeah, but we'd be bad processors too. These are the people we want. Just not you, because you don't have the certification for the project lead. Ah. Certification gating is... It's just like degree gating, honestly. If you have the skill set, give them a chance. Unless certification is absolutely required for, you know, the law. I hate that it's used to gate. And now I'm trying to think, this is going to be a weird tangent for the thought process of like Matrixy stuff. But considering the rate that people get things like, let's say, ADD, depression, anxiety, stuff that causes our brain to process stuff differently or weird. I wonder what, if we counted all of those as part of a failure rate, like we do with silicon, would human brains have a higher failure rate than a wafer for CPUs? You have to splurge 30,000, roughly 4,500 on that certificate because you have the skills from the university, but not a diploma to cover that exact certification. That is bullshit. That is utter bullshit. Is there no like way to get it subsidized, either by the company or by Gubernmente? And yes, I'm going to assume you meant splurge. I'm just going to assume you meant splurge. Either way, it's a sticky situation. Sorry. I had to. Oh, lordy. Let's go ahead and restore some of our mana. Oh, hell, I've made mistakes like that in recent history. So I may poke fun, but it's all in good humor. Okay. I guess it's time to beat up some bosses. Just seeing if there's anything that we really care about. We don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about the Seal of Vitality. Okay. I can tell you how to interact with people in relationships, but you have to realize, and I've mentioned this a few times, I'm Demi, so I'm not exactly the person to be asking it what's better out of being in a relationship or being by yourself. Generally speaking, I don't really care if I'm in a relationship 99% of the time. I interact with quite a few people online, and that makes life kind of peaceful for me, but demisexual it is. Basically, trying to think of a good way to describe it that would make sense in context. It's basically a middle ground between normal and asexual. Like, I can get into relationships. I can feel the desire to get into a relationship with somebody. I can feel attraction to somebody, but it is very rare and very slow to build up for me. It is not something that is a constant thought in my mind. Only time it was a constant thought was whenever I was being pressured to think about it by people in my environment. It is not something that comes naturally to me. It is pressure driven. Whereas for most people, it seems to be something that is a steady concern, and there is an anxiety of being alone with a lot of people. I don't have that. You can be straight or gay or bi and be demi. This is not a attraction type, it's an attraction method. If that makes sense. Are we going to open with a 4 tomorrow, or are we just going to punch you in the face? I think we're just going to punch you in the face first. Oh yeah, you're immune to normal attacks. You bitch. Fine. Get a shock max to your face. I forgot. You be immune. With your stretchy ass arm over there.
Give me power.
No, that's not the definition. Wherever you got that from, don't trust that source. Do not trust that source. That source is shit. Everyone has different desires. Let's see. You think the way you had to explain to you was that demi people can feel sexual attraction and such, but they need to get to know a person before... Yeah, that's another good way to explain it. And yes, that is the camera angle for that. I'm usually not even looking at the screen whenever we're having the animations. I'm usually looking at chat, if that tells you anything. We've seen it many times. Oh, fuck. The thing that I think boggles a lot of people's minds, and I know a couple people like this who are artists. You'd be surprised how many asexuals actually do lewds. I would say faint is not the right word for it. You can feel it just as passionately as anybody else as a demi. It's just the road to it is different. Asexual artists draw some of the most lewd art. Man, you're not wrong. At least based on the people that I know. Oh, the people I know draw some raunchy stuff. Stuff that I won't share on any platform. One person I know who is asexual, let's just say tentacles are just the start. Sounds very much like you're prioritizing the physical as opposed to the mental and emotional. And you kind of need all three in a proper relationship. Let's see. Do I... think I restore mana with her.
Give me power.
You tend to say that when it comes to men, you're almost demi. You're not actually demi, but for most men, you're not like, oh my god, he is so hot. If you get to know someone and really like them as a person, you can become more sexually attracted to them than you would otherwise. That's a pretty close estimation of it, yeah. At least my perception of it. It's one of those terms that is kind of a fluid term, unfortunately, because it is a gray term, middle ground kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you, Hollow. You don't have to be particularly sexually driven to create sexual content. Exactly. If anything, it can kind of desensitize you even further to it. Let's go. Oh, yeah, we were going to restore mana. Having an attraction to something doesn't mean you'll jump whatever comes your way. It's not rocket science, really. Yeah. Quickest way to like make me not ever be attracted to somebody, no matter what they look like, is an awful personality. There was someone who thought I was attracted to them, but just a heads up, I very much am not into... Horse girl personality is probably the nicest way to put it. Whew, excuse me. Jesus, I didn't even get to the mute on that one. Ah, sorry. Your ears. But yeah. Let's go. Man, that one caught me from like left field. I apologize. And yes, I am a loud sneezer, but dang 'em. It will mana root you. We will SP boost Rube. Horse girl energy. Trying to think of how to describe it. Is basically the female equivalent of, I think my tractor's sexy kind of song. I think your brother might be the only cis straight person of your part of the children. You have a half sister that you don't keep in touch with, so you don't know about her. Ah. See, I'm cis and straight, but I'm demi. And it actually did cause quite a few annoyances growing up as well. Because it's one of those things like, oh, with where I lived at the time, there's a lot of pressure to like hook up, if you will. So it always felt kind of like there was a pressure to be more that way. Their level of attraction to me usually wasn't a factor in it. As to whether I would like find someone attractive as a demi. It was more a situation of I get off put by certain personality traits. I'm trying to think of how to describe it without getting like too ultra personal here.
Power!
If anybody's curious. Because while I'm not too bashful about it, there are things that are best left not on the internet. Like, I could tell specific stories, but then one that would be doxing me and it would be doxing them. I don't mind flamboyant stuff. One of the girls I dated was extremely like flamboyant. If you're wanting terms like that. Oh no, you're filling the pit. It's going to get to a high number fairly quick. I think the limit is in the millions though. Because yeah, it does a hard double each time. Okay, let's go ahead and tent. But no, I've dated people who were, I would almost say hypersexual. Nothing right now. It does absolutely nothing. It was originally part of an incremental game that I was doing as part of the channel. But due to the hard drive crash, that changed a little bit. It loses brain cells. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we got the green one. We've got a red beam up there, I believe. The way to trick me into getting distracted? I'm always distracted. Who are we kidding here?
Who are we trying to joke with?
We're gonna cast For the Children. There's the ultimate attack. Oh, the Illuminati attack? I mean, we're gonna be using it before the end of the game. Worth noting, the price of that also goes up. Just as a heads up. The Illuminati. It's the Illuminati. Okay, so there's red. I don't think we even really have to come back through these. Illuminati and Secret Worlds reminds you of why you stuck to Orochi and Templars. Ah. Unfortunately, her special attack, I don't think one-shots. Now I'm just thinking of Warriors Orochi. I know that's kind of like random tangent there. Chaos and fairy nonsense may outweigh money makes the world go round, but in a cartoonishly absurd way. Okay, so we've got those two done. Item, use tent. Let's see. Got that. It is worth noting, they both double. So, this is not high price. I think there's one up here. I think this is where the blue one is. See, because you want to joke, but half of their hideouts remind you of like an abandoned building where teens would find it and go missing kind of way. Yeesh. Just gonna run away from these. Them some disturbing little critters. Honestly, if I had the money, I would totally buy like an abandoned building and fix it up. Use it as like some alternate housing. You're not a cockroach with boobs. Or are you? Is there something I don't know? I do not want to know what kind of drugs the people who made these characters were on. There. Just to satisfy the backseat pass. Worth noting, just because people do backseat passing doesn't mean I'm going to obey it. Backseat passes generally for suggestions and hints. You feel like there are sort of stages of this. You have people who design Pokemon and Digimon at the top. Then you have whatever the fuck this is. What the fuck? Grandma, there's a cat out here. Oh no, it's not Grandma. No, it's he's yelling at his ma. There's a cat out here. Looks like Grandma. There we go. Trying to remember. Oh, what was the name of that cat? Do you guys know which one I'm referencing? Or am I just being a doom? It's not from a movie, it's from a YouTube video. Amputee angels with cockroach hybrids? I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what we were facing. You only heard what is the name of that cat? It's the little wall-eyed gray cat that's out in the guy's yard. And it's got an underbite. And the guy has a very thick, like, New York accent. I'm gonna have to find that one. Okay, it looks like we're fine stat-wise for this. Oh, Jesus. Run away. We're not worried about our score. Time for Slugman. His name is Hate. And boy, howdy do I hate its design. Actually, it's not really even like an interesting design. It's just, it's there. Let's go Seraphic again. And we'll just bonk you a few times. But yeah, it's going to be stuck in my brain. I just don't remember its name. You need an XCOM, but instead of Advent, you need to fight the Blanc mages from the planet Scadron in the galaxy of Andromeda from the old Monty Python episode where they turned everyone into a Scotsman because the aliens have a plot to win Wimbledon. That feels like a fever dream. I like Monty Python. I have not seen all of Monty Python. All of the Monty Python skits. That one is not familiar to me. Setting up Will of Orcus at the moment. It tells you to get a random common magic item for one of the loot treasures. Is there no way you don't make it a dread helm inside a cultist hideout? Who doesn't like dread helms? For tomorrow! Dread helm effects. The fearsome steel helm makes your eyes glow red while you wear it. Yeah, it works. That's all it does? I mean, bonus to intimidation checks. Time to shock this guy. I like that each of these bosses drop a save point.
Give me power.
I mean, technically, give me that helmet in real life and I'd probably wear it. What does the Staff of Flowers do? Or is it just bloomin' awesome? I'm just gonna let that one simmer for a minute. The joke escaped my tulips. The puns are a big daffodil. This wooden staff has 10 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from the staff, cause a flower to sprout from a patch of earth or soil within 5 feet of you, or from the staff itself. Unless you choose a specific kind of flower, the staff creates a mild-scented daisy. The flower is harmless and non-magical, and it grows or withers as a normal flower would. The staff regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn. To expend the last charge, it no longer works, I'm guessing. Blanc manges are a whitish sweet gelatin dessert. I can't say I have a visual in my head of that. Kind of like a I'm trying to think of what it's called here. I can see the shape of it in my head. It's not a flan. I know they mislabel it as like some kind of leche flavor. They mean it more in the milk sense in some places, but I can't remember what it's called. I have a character who totally would use that staff. He's currently enslaved by a fey entity that has his finger. A milky jello mold? It might be the same thing I'm thinking of then. While the stuffed doll is within 5 feet of you, you can spend a short rest telling it to say up to 6 phrases, none of which can be more than 6 words long, and set a condition under which the doll speaks each phrase. You can also repeat old phrases with new ones. Oh! Whatever the condition, it must occur within 5 feet of the doll to make it speak. For example, whenever somebody picks up the doll, it might say, I want a piece of candy. The doll's phrases are lost when your attunement to the doll ends. I could do some shit with that. I do like the concept of like a puppet master summoner.
Would you like to play a game? La 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 la.
Too bad it's only 5 feet. Imagine it being like 30 feet event. Ooh.
It's so cold.
Imagine getting 3 of them and attuning to all 3. Make the creepy dollhouse. Let's see. Item. You mana root her, because he has enough to do his. You mana root him. So he has enough to heal us for a couple times. How big is the item list? Is it mostly just like core D&D stuff and a bit of a setting, or? Use an extended list? Ah. I haven't even really been like looking at the fight. I've just been hitting buttons. Just here looking around what's fun and interactive, like Pipes of Haunting or the like. Yeah, I will almost always choose something thematic over something necessarily more powerful. Unless I am playing like an intentionally min-max campaign. Like I've mentioned it with spells. I will literally choose spells that make sense for the character. There's a reason why my sorcerer, whenever I do get level 3 spells, might not take Fireball. Obviously, I'm going to have him have capabilities, but there is a theme to his magic. Wand of Web. Oh, this is a new cutscene. Earl Indiger. No, please, not yet. The time is... What about the time? It's nothing. I think I'm just tired. Feel short of breath. So we do get different things in here based on what's going on. You're hiding something from us, Garl Indiger. I don't have anything to hide. Come on, spit it out. You're just keeping quiet because you don't want Rubiero to worry. I don't have much time left. I received a curse from the Four Masks when I rescued him from his mind's darkness. Curse from the Four Masks? Yes, I offered my life to save his. It's almost time to close the deal. Please, Allurin Spy. Don't say anything to him. I don't want him to know. I don't know how much time I have left, but I want to stay with him until the end. Trauma bonding. Can I come back and use the save point? It's gonna kick me away from these each time now. That kind of sucks. Also, the final lottery person we can't get, but it is old guy. The one who sent us up here. Okay, so we need to go there. Wand of Web is a min-maxer's dream, by the way. It's one reason why I almost never take spells like that. Closest I'll do is if it's a side effect to a damage one, because they're usually kind of weaker than the rest. And yes, I am going to be running from most of the encounters. We're strong enough to beat the game. And we'll probably get the treasures here just because they're right there. Also, if you're on the YouTube side, drop them their likes if you can, please. Because I am actually wondering something about the, whatchamacallits. How the live streams actually perform over there. You watch Technoblade goodbye video, you cried again? It is sad what all happened with that. Me, I'm a bit on the older side, so the one that got me as far as YouTubers was Total Biscuit. Although nowadays, I'm not sure how many people remember him. Unless they're my age. Okay, so now I'm going to have to focus a little bit. So we go south until we're warped. Definitely don't fight those guys. They take like 3 turns. Why would I want to waste 3 turns on them? Okay, so we go south until we go, and then go up and right until we're warped. We have the massive glitches here. That I can fix by doing that. He is one of the 3 people that inspired me to start doing the YouTubes back in the day. He was a reviewer, and this is a new enemy. We haven't seen this one before. Do we fight them? Probably not. So they're basically the amputee angels with cockroach bodies. But this time with rings. Okay, continue forward again and get warped. Now we start getting the treasure chests along the way just because they're there. And that should be the end of the warping puzzle. You're going to probably nap a bit now, then invite the party tonight. You're trying to confirm who's available since people who applied have missed out before? Oh. Oh yeah, are you hosting a game tonight? I need to double check. Today is Friday. Oh, next Sunday? Okay. Okay, so now we've got this guy. This fucking guy. You just like inviting a week in advance instead of the same night malarkey. Understandable. Give people no excuses for just dipping out, but have a good nap. And I'll probably need to set up one of these Sundays to drop in. I know I have the evil one marked as interested. Because I did the first two, might as well stick with the third. I'll need to look and see if I have another Sunday I can squeeze out. Oh, let's go with... Yeah, we'll do Seraphic. 1.5 hours forward. I can usually adapt to it. No, it's fine. I can take Sundays off every now and then. The big thing is I can't do later on Sundays because I do actually have other commitments late on Sundays for me. But during normal stream time and for about like 2 hours after we'd quit streaming, I'm usually fine. But nah, I mean, honestly, when I'm not streaming, if you need someone to drop in, poke me, and I can probably drop in, but yeah. Mid-run, just evil fireball. Player, no. Let's go for... I'm just gonna whack him. I'm gonna save my MP. But no, on the Sunday for evil, I'll probably just not stream. So you don't need to adjust the schedule for it. Because, like, once a month, I'm usually fine with missing a stream, but if I was doing it every week, I'd need to change my streaming schedule. Let's see. Because Sunday evenings for me is also D&D. So it's Day of Dunda. We're going to do Advente. Since a certain someone likes Advent. Actually, we're not doing it because of that. I'm just doing it because it's actually pretty dang powerful. Why am I getting notifications? That is a server I don't normally get notifications on. Ah. I see. That's why I got notifications. I got tagged. Okay, let's go ahead and nuke him for tomorrow. Yeah, these fights are fairly samey now that we have the Seraphic, so it's like, it's whatever.
Mother, give me power.
But yeah, these three characters feel like the right ones to be going through the final dungeon with. The other ones just don't feel like they have as much of a connection. I know that's kind of like a weird thought to have on it, but they really just don't. Yeah, they're important whenever they come into the story. They just don't actually have that emotional attachment to want to do this. Whereas with these, you of course have the two main characters. They have a need to come here because their story has been leading to this the whole time. And the kid is Koudelka's son. So of course they're going to have a vested interest in this. The other ones are just like, well, we like you, so we're coming along. Which doesn't do much for me. Another shock max.
Mother, give me power!
Give me power!
Ow, you jerk face. Oh yeah, that's only like 3/4 of our life. That's fine. I kind of wish I knew what the max heal on the Seraphic Radiance heal was. Because I don't know what it is, unfortunately. So I'm always kind of like afraid whenever we get super low on life, should I be using Arc instead? And we do have an ad coming up in about 3 minutes. We're not going to get to any real story events before then. Item Manana root on you. You want to know who the stakes are really high for? Cows. Fear my joke. And no, we don't need to use our 10 SP once. Yeah, we're going to be using 6s on this. Posted the first part of the Monty Python's fiction sketch on the Serious Tactician Discord, just in case you're interested. Yeah, that's what the alert was. I'll be checking it out after stream. I'm always interested in seeing fun and interesting things. Monty Python being high among them. Because here in the States, we don't get all the Monty Python stuff. Unless we start digging for it. That did not fully heal her. Let's go ahead and Pure Seed on you. Yeah, I'll check it out after stream. Thank you for tagging me. Advent calendar again. It's just one of the better skills in the game. It's super powerful. Kind of tempted to do some like custom art of Alice for the review of this. You think the YouTube channel in question cut it into 4 parts, but should be easy to find the other parts. You know, you saw the second part in a column to the right on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, that should be easy enough to find. I'm pretty good at searching. If I can't find it on there, I do know places I can find it. As long as I know the name of it. Let's go and get another mana root on you. He is low on life. We might actually... Oh, you know, we don't have the mana on Garl to do it. Ow. We're going to do mana root on yourself. I'm from back in the day where we sailed the high seas. We do have an ad, though, so hopefully the ad is not terrible. Lately, the ads on Twitch have been pissing me off because a lot of them have been freaking... for Kalshi or whatever it's called. The Let's Gamble on Atrocities site. Whenever you mention Fireball, it prompts you to catch up on Punky Doodle shorts you've missed. Sorry for the yawn. We got ourselves a crucifix. When I mention Fireball, I immediately think of alcohol. Are you all right? I'm fine. I'm okay. I think we are killing parts of her. Are you in pain? I'm fine. It's just a little further. Whether we win or go home or lose and turn into nothing, I'll always be with you. Okay, let's do it. To the final battle. We will make it back alive. I had forgotten that we do have those little story bits, but it's not a problem. There's third floor. You kind of wish the song involving Fireball was a full song instead it's just a short little segment. Aw. Okay, so he's got the lariats. We're going to have to put... Yeah, we need willpowers on them. Question is, do we go with the slower or the larger? We'll go with the larger. No, actually, we'll go with the slower. I think. We'll do whatever what this one is. I think we actually just went with... Where is our willpower? There's our willpower. Yeah, we went with width. It's fine. So everybody's got willpowers. You don't need warning devices anymore. Let's go with... I'm not sure which one we actually want on you. Maybe just go headgear? Sorry. Okay. We all have willpowers. We all have crucifixes. So it's time for the final battle. Hello. Welcome, one and all, to the glorious throne, Yamato, the ancient god home. How about you, old fart? It's been fun, but we finally got to be able to put an end to this. I don't know if this one's going to be different or not. Rest that you all, of all men, yeah, we already know that one. Even the moment we were set on the train, they were versus each other. We already know that one. Just tell me one thing. What will you do if we win this fight? Couldn't say, really. I will create a new world, perfected to God's will, a pure world without deceit or defilement. Ah, would such a world be any fun? Of course it'll be fun. It'll be a wondrous place. I really wanted to show it to all of you. See. In that case, fine. Let's promise then no matter who wins, no hard feelings, eh? Leave the surviving world to the mercy of fate. Fine, I promise you. There need only be one fight that determines the course of the planet. Ah, there's my Albert. Glad we agree on something. Then let's get started. We bet the entire future on this fight! That's such an anime scene. Then he starts looking funny. Time to transform. The swole arm of doom. I know he's supposed to be just holding himself up with that arm, but he just looks like he's been doing something. And it's not destroying the world. Ow. Seraphic Radiance, go! Okay, for tomorrow. Albert Wesker's looking pretty old. There's our heal. Here's some shockage. This one has about 8,000 life, which isn't a big deal.
Give me power.
Next one has 12,000. Time for the advent again. Yeah, he's just standing on his own arm. With hooves. And then he just floats whenever he needs to use that arm. So maybe he's just tossing himself up. I don't know. It is an eternal question in this game. What the fuck is that? Yeah, he is kind of leaning towards it now that you mention. He's also got one wing as well. He's a one-winged angel. Happens when you only do one arm day. It's not even both arms. It's not even arm day. Look at the frail thing on his left side. And the tentacle that's attached to his right nipple. But yeah. He's got issues.
Mother, give me power.
Ta-da! Soremis. Here comes his attack. Ow. For tomorrow, and the next day, and the day after. Oh, oops. Well. That was unintended. I meant to heal there. They will be defeated by Naked Butt Angel, Book Girl, and the kid from Castle in the Sky. I mean, you're right. That is pretty much where we're at right now. I, for the longest time, thought Hallie was Haley. That's why I was doing a more femme voice for them, by the way. But no, we heard in the end cutscene of the good ending that their name is Hallie. And they are the son of Koudelka. Which is threw me off just a little bit. I'm gonna go with items to restore stuff. Mananana root. Mananana. No. And I didn't catch the castle in the sky thing until you mentioned it, but absolutely looks like the kid from that. Like, uncannily so. I love that movie, by the way. I love the robots in that. I want to play in a D&D campaign where I can be a Warforged that looks like the robots from Castle in the Sky. Be low end, high whiz. Did you just healed yourself, you son of a bitch. I love most of Studio Ghibli's library, so I'm a sucker for it. Let's go for got plenty of these. And mana root. Okay, so the healing item, I have a feeling, means that he's close to death. Full tomato. I was too fast. ESP, time to shock max. And yes, we will be using pretty much the same 3 skills over and over and over until the end, because they're just the most effective. Oh, and we got a perfect advent. Pretty rare for us to do that. I'm kind of not wanting to watch the real ending of this still. Just because I know it's going to be depressing. In this game's own special way. That's going to drop someone down to 1. And it's targeting her. Okay, so I'm going to have her use Arc. That means... Yeah, I'm still going to have to use 4 tomorrow, probably. Is her head... Was her head missing? Or was that just the angle it was at? I think it's just the angle it was at made her head look like it was missing. Because she's bent over. Ha. Oh my. We'll do that. That way we can restore some mana. Whose mana needs restoring? Probably all of ours, actually. That is an SP hit. So it's just going to do a bunch of damage. Normally that lowers your SP as well, which could let us all go berserk. How much life do you have left, bud? I need to get your mana root back up. Bratty Worse is probably going to be the least damage in the final fight, because I'm going to have Rube doing a lot of work for it. We need to do mana root on you. Garl's going to be our main healer in the next stage of the fight, because Rube's going to go offensive. Ow. Yeah, jerk face. So Rube's not going to need a lot of mana. He's going to need it for this fight, but not the next fight. Root for the home team. Oh, we got them lilting. We got them lilting. Time for something a little bit shocking. And no, I still don't know if there's higher level skills that we can get. You are gonna mana root yourself up. We root for the home team. They don't win, it's a shame. There's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowds. Buy me some something and Cracker Jacks. I don't actually remember the entire song. That is unfortunate.
Mother, give me power!
Still not lethal on him. I'm going to have to mana root you. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Ah, yeah, that's probably it. That's probably it. Back in my day, we didn't have peanuts because dirt had not been invented yet. They gotta grow in dirt. It was a miracle when potatoes came about. Stretchy webs. I don't think those lines are... Those might not actually be there in the original. It might be an emulation issue. Everybody has leveled up. Them darn newfangled root vegetables. I remember when it was just me and the sharks. Then those stupid trees came around. But wait, there's more weird shit. Albert, let me take you to God's throne with the last drop of my power. Good luck, kid. You're gonna need it. Farewell. Time for the final fight. Oh, yeah, we get healed for this. Is this okay? Yes. It's the moon! Where are we? The stratosphere. We get to punch God yet again. Look how tiny the thing is from here. Really is the end of the earth. And no, I'm not in control of the dialogue here. It just goes. What the? Hey, what's going on? Could that be?
Oh, so it would seem let's punch the fuck out of God. Welcome to the end of every JRPG.
Is that God? No. It's Marcus the Mosquito. Now things are getting interesting. All right, God, let's fight. Why is God a mosquito with goggles? I don't know. Why does God have 3 faces again? I don't know. Ow. Why do you feel like the theme of Neon Genesis Evangelion's about to play? I mean, we do have a very interesting theme going on. What are you even looking at? Yes. I mean, I can turn up the game audio. It just gets a little bit loud whenever they're talking. There. That is the music. It's a bunch of bells. It's not a terribly interesting one. Tell me if it's too loud, by the way. I don't have monitoring on, so I don't know. Okay, so he is gonna start setting up to be just the asshole. Let's see. So we want Silver Hand. You want to use Oh, can you only use that on yourself? That sucks. We're gonna do Mana Root on you, keep you topped off.
Sora!
You get to do Arc. basically doing setup here. Arc's just a full heal, by the way. We will go item. So we did that one. We do a star swallow. You are gonna do just a little bit of damage, I guess.
Mother, give me power.
This is gonna be like not damage compared to what we're about to do. Because we're about to be pressing a button a lot of times. This guy has 12,000 lives, so we're gonna have to. And finally, 7th key. So how's the weather, everyone? I'm going to turn the volume down on that because it's kind of loud. So we're going to be here for a minute while he does all of his attacks. It's 21 swings. Should be quite a bit of damage, though. I'm going to try that. I want to see if that actually causes him to drop below 100%. If it does, we'll know for later. In fact, I probably should have quick saved before I used it. Just to save some time. Makes me nervous on the heal, though, because it's half size. But our attack should be the entire ring still, unless our item expired. And yeah, sorry for the artifacting on the edge of the screen. That is emulation as well. It's because of all the like particles and stuff. You can see it over there on the left. I got most of it trimmed out, but yeah. Let's go with... Still have 5s. Yeah, I'm just going to restore her mana. Make her life a little bit easier. How much damage have we done? That is a big question. Ow. Oh no, B Dragon Horns wore off. Whatever will I do? Not really be upset about it. Mainly because it makes healing harder to have that on. Silverhand wore off. B Dragonhorn wore off. Silverhand is increases to 100%. So basically, we got to do the setup again. That is fine. You go for the everyone gets crits, I think. We might. Yeah, we'll do that one. Here comes White Abyss. This should do 100 and something damage. It's not going to be that scary. And I will do... Moon Swallow, because his is probably going to wear off. Ah, shit. Well, we're not going to get crits on this, but we're still going to do it. Oh, that was death. We didn't even need it to beat him. Ha ha! Now we have the actual ending. So I'm going to turn the volume all the way up so you guys can listen to the ending as well.
And so, our battle came to an end. The god, awakened by human hands, was returned to sleep once again by human hands. On the morning after, a refreshing breeze blew across Wales, and the horrible events leading up to yesterday seemed like nothing more than a bad dream. Soon, it was time to say farewell to everyone. Keith, our handsome vampire, grew weary of the hustle and bustle of the outside world, and so he returned once again to his peaceful castle in Transylvania. I wonder how many centuries he'll sleep this time. Good night, and sweet dreams, dear friend. Master Zhuzhen, our brave Taoist adept, has gone back to Shanghai to mend the disruptions in the energy fields of China. You taught us so much, Master Zhuzhen. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, and please, try not to overexert yourself. Our beloved spy for hire said she planned to go home to Paris, but she joked about how her next assignment was probably already waiting for her. So, there's no telling where she might be right now. Hallie, that cute little street boy we met in London, set sail from Southampton with his mother, Koudelka, to find his long-lost father in America. Finally, they'll be able to live together as a family. I pray you'll all find happiness. As for me, I'm headed for Zurich, where my mother's waiting. With Yuri, of course.
I'm mildly concerned that that cinematic was the same as before. It's supposed to be different. I have a feeling she doesn't wake up on the train. That's my guess. But we do have like post-credit scenes and all that stuff. I mean, she was dying on the way up there. The Koudelka reference made your head twist? Yep. This is the second game in the trilogy. I mean, second game in the anthology, first game in the trilogy. I loved Koudelka. It was as weird as this. But yeah, I don't think we get to see any new parts of the cinematic until the credits are done. That's my guess. Because we did have new events on the way up there, where she was basically losing her breath, she was nearing death, and she did already lose the fight in the afterlife. So she is going to die. The question is when in the cinematic she's going to die. She basically gave us some of the story beats. Pretty sure she wakes up and looks around at this point. I could probably do a side-by-side video later. I'd have to go into like the files and actually render them up, but won't be too long, unlike modern games. The credits were pretty decent length. But yeah, Rubiro, aka Yuri, has lost a lot of people. Spoiler, he is the protagonist of the next game. Or a protagonist, I don't remember for sure which. But yeah, he is in the next game a year after this one. She is not. So, canon ending, she dies. On the good ending, they have kids and go live happily ever after. So, we'll see what happens on the bad ending. We'll know that we're at the end of the credits whenever we see all three of the companies involved pop up there. But yeah, just like I said yesterday, I enjoyed this game. It's quirky, it's weird. It's got some things that I'm not the biggest fan of, but the fact is the game is cohesive in its weirdness. Shadow Hearts 2 is great. I'm just hoping that the emulator can support dual disc games. We'll be finding out. I might just go straight into Shadow Hearts 2. I'm unsure at the moment. I kind of just want to, because I'm not burned out on the ring system yet. So it's definitely something that I wouldn't be bothered going straight into it. I'll have to think about it over the weekend after we do Booger's Gate with Gablin tomorrow and the next day. This is like the perfect day for this one to end as well. We've gotten that a few times, and I'm kind of happy that we got it like end of game on a Friday before we have to do Booger's Gate for the next 2 days, and then we get to start a fresh new game at the start of the week on Wednesday. Start of the streaming week for me. But yeah, I have the second game right here. And the manual. Don't think it shows all the characters either. But as far as characters go, basically we get start of World War II. And then we have, let's see what characters it actually lists. Yuri Hyuga, which is called a God Slayer by some. That's the guy from this one. Got Karen Koenig. Got Blanca, which is a white wolf. We got Geppetto and Cornelia, which is a puppet. Joaquin Valentine. Lucia, Princess Anastasia, and Nikolai Conrad are the ones listed in the manual. Got to prepare for the gut punch. Yeah, I'm anticipating a gut punch here. I'm trying to distract myself from it, damn it. Because we all know what's going to happen. Grandia does that. Only shows a few of the protagonists rather than the whole cast. You can appreciate that kind of manual design. Same. I do appreciate it giving some of them so you actually have like an anchoring point. And I love it whenever they have the info also in the actual game. That way... Oh. Depressing mode.
As the warlock said in the end, even if another age of storms buffets this world, I intend to go on living and fighting for you who freed me from the darkness, for the one I love.
The Prince of Austria-Hungary, summer of that same year, the Great War. The first begins. The Great War 1. And that is the end. I was expecting it to be more involved with that one. You do get a bonus bit of cinematic at the end of the other one, where she talks about how they have like kids and stuff like that. But she died on the train. Talk about a depressing ending. Jeez. Oddly enough, I still felt like more kind of like gut punched by the death of... I'm forgetting her name. The Japanese lady in this one. She's never ever even like in your actual party. She's just there. Let's see who all is on today. So we can actually have something to that's somebody doing. Have anybody? I will raid. What even is that? I'm trying to think who we haven't raided recently. Let's raid Lamadia. There we go. They're playing a fantasy game, it looks like. But thank you all for joining in. Hopefully you enjoyed both endings of Shadow Hearts. I may be hopping in to do the second one just immediately after this on Wednesday. I might, if you don't see a poll, chances are we're just doing the second game. So keep gaming, have fun, peace out. This has been Alzorath.